Hey folks, it's Mike coming to you from Vaught RV here in Fort Worth. Hey, if you're a Tiffin fan, and many of us are, but you've wanted to get out and adventure a little bit more, maybe wanted to go with something small and more agile like a 4x4 setup, you had to go outside the Tiffin brand to do that. But now there's a Tiffin Cahaba, like this guy right behind me. It's feature rich, but it's a small unit, allows you to explore a little bit more than you might be able to do with, say, a Allegro bus or a Phaeton or even a gas Allegro open road. So, can't wait to show this off to you. Again, it sits on a Sprinter chassis. It's a 3-liter diesel. It's 188 horsepower, so you're not lacking power. Again, it's on a 4x4 chassis, so you've got traction. You can get off grid a little bit more. So think about that. Chances are you're going to be using this more off-grid than you will another unit. So we have things like these great running boards down here. Keep the inside clean, protect the unit, branded with Tiffin right here. Now, right away we can look up top and there's some neat features. Notice the courtesy light, the LED light right here. And then you've got LED spotlights. There's one on each corner. One right there, there's one in the back corner. We have a carefree awning that's extended. Obviously, it's push button and easy to extend, easy to pull in. Now, I'll point this out since technically we're on the outside of the unit. There's a table mount that goes in here on a Lagoon table, so you can have a little prep area, have a little storage compartment underneath here. And we have power out here, so if you want to put a coffee pot or something of that nature out here, you can easily do it. Now, I can't wait to talk to you about power because we're sitting out here in the middle of a field with no shore power anywhere within reach, and yet I have the air conditioner running in there because this is powered with the Volta system. When we get inside, I can't wait to show it off, but I got the AC running because it's kind of warm out here today. Have a window that opens in this sliding door. I'll go ahead and push this closed so you can see the whole side of the unit. So we have an opening window to get some cross ventilation on the inside. I do have more electrical hookups out here. 2 110 GFI protected outlets right here in the under the awning on the patio side. The fun side, I always call it. Now this one's optioned with a bike rack and luggage rack, so if you want to add some different components back here for storage, you can do that. Notice up top I have those 2 LED spotlights too, which you can adjust depending on your setup to light the exterior out here if you're out in the middle of the boondocks. Now, full-size spare tire here. Down here we have a 5,000-pound hitch, so yes, you can pull a small car, certainly a boat, motorcycle, ATV, that kind of thing, a hitch, and then we have our 7-pin connector right next to it. Right here's our smart plug for our 30-amp shore power hookup. Next to that, we have a sewer hose storage area. And notice we have little sensors on the back, so just like high-end automobiles today, this is feature-rich in terms of safety. You've got sensors that are giving you lane assist, crosswind assist, and some other features I'll point out when we get on the inside. Coming around to the utility side, I have a ladder that makes it easy for me to get up on top. I have 3 100-watt solar panels up on top, and then 4 cross members for storing luggage. So I can load the top up with a lot of luggage, perhaps a kayak, canoe, bikes, that kind of thing, with those 4 cross members. And again, 3 100-watt solar panels. Now down here, if we open up this little access door, it reveals our little utility center. So here's our water supply, our tank flush right here, and our holding tank valve pull right here, and you can see right here is the connection for the holding tank. This is 28 gallons of fresh, 27 gallons of gray and black. That's a combined gray and black tank together. All right, close that up, and again, nice branded Tiffin running boards. Now, when I open up this door, this is kind of a neat safety feature. This reveals the diesel fuel filling spout. So That's a safety thing. You can only get to this if this door is open. And goodness knows, diesel's worth a lot these days, so you want to make sure that stays secured, and it is the way this is designed. Nice lug wheels, so plenty of traction. Notice the light bar across the top and the Tiffin branded on the front of that. So we have a really, really bright LED light. Can't really show it off to you out here in the bright sunlight. But again, if you got this thing out in the boonies and you need to light up the environment around you, you can do it on all sides of the coach. Now notice I have a nice screen right here, so if you want to get cross ventilation, we have this screen. It's secured here with Velcro. I'll go ahead and zip this up and get it out of the way. If you're on the patio side, you simply roll it up like so and get it out of the way. Okay, moving inside. Before we go farther inside, it's easy for me to point out a couple things right here. This is our awning power and retract and extend button. So this is simply all you have to do to push the awning out and bring it back in. Now right here is our 2.3 cubic foot 12 volt refrigerator. Have a little drink assembly here so you can keep drinks from spilling. If you pull out on this, it reveals a little freezer compartment. So this is an isotherm refrigerator, stainless steel refrigerator and freezer combo. Very nice. So let's start up in the cockpit before we move to the back. Actually, let me just give you kind of an overall shot of what we're looking at. I have the AC blowing right now. We have no shore power. This is running off the lithium ion battery array on here. We're charging with the solar up there, and I'll tell you how else you can charge it, but we've got the AC running out here without any shore power. I have 2 bench seats back here that will convert into a bed if you'd like. I have tables back here, I have storage above, shower, and then our 2 captain's chairs above. I have a little galley here. Just a quick overview before we kind of get down into the weeds on this. Okay, now we're in the cockpit of this unit. Check this out. I can adjust these seats for thigh support. Both of these do this. Just release it on the bottom, pull it out. So for those long rides, you can get the ride that you need. Now, I have all kinds of preset adjustments on here too. 1, 2, 3 preset memory for if you have multiple drivers, select your number and it will remember the settings. So just think of this in terms of high-end vehicles. So we have lane assist. I have a lot of other options that show up in high-end vehicles. Heck, this is a Mercedes chassis, so you should expect some of those things. Now I have our mirror controls over here. I can bring those mirrors in if I'm in a tight situation and fold them in to get them out of the way. In fact, I'll go ahead and start the dash here so I can show off some features. All these controls on the left side are going to control your dash instrument panel up here. On the right side, it's going to be your connectivity to your telephone, entertainment systems, all those kinds of things that all show up over here on this really beautiful screen. If I go to home, I can connect my phone. I have navigation, radio. If I want to check my cameras, pop this camera, I can see behind us. So right here, this little logo, and it's probably a little difficult to see with the lighting, but I'm looking straight down on the unit. If I want a wider view, the entire surroundings. If I want 360, I can do this. If I want a straight shot behind me here, a different angle, and yet another different angle behind me. So lots of ways I can keep an eye on my surroundings. It's a neat safety feature. So a lot of the things that show up in high-end vehicles for safety are going to show up in this unit as well. Now, drink holders, we have them aplenty. I've got 2 large ones here, 2 water bottle sized ones here. I've got 2 up in the dash on each side, and then I've got 2 in the door. So lots of beverages. Get a drinking problem, this is the unit for you. No, just kidding, but plenty of places to store coffee, tea, and the beverage of your choice. Pop this little cubby up and you've got more connections for USB and connect your devices in. They won't slide around up here. Now, If I want to rotate the seat around, I can release it and come around, and now all of a sudden I have this nice little workspace. I am 6 feet tall, so I've got kind of long legs, but I have enough room. I'm not going to say there's a ton of room here, but there's ample room to put an iPad or a laptop and get some work done. I can charge it right here, and I have a cup holder here. Now you'll notice these panels, it looks like they might reveal some storage or something. They don't. It's just access to some plumbing and the Volta system and some other components under here. They're not storage, they're just really access panels. Speaking of, now I'm going to wake this up and I'm going to wake this up. So this is our Volta Power System, and this is one of the things that really makes this unit special. Think of Volta as something that replaces a motor more than replacing a battery. A lot of solar systems, you're trying to figure out, well, I'm going to put a lithium-ion battery to replace a flooded cell battery. This Volta system has lithium-ion in it, but we're replacing a generator. There is no generator on this, and yet you can operate the air conditioner, the cooktop, a hair dryer, make coffee. You can do all those things, and it's also a power management system. So if it senses that it's getting too much current draw, it's going to limit the current draw on another component so you can continue using all of them. It's really genius. Here's the other thing that's cool. You don't have to know anything about electronics. I don't know that much about electronics. I'm happy to admit it. You don't have to figure out amps and watts and all that kind of stuff. All you need to figure out is how to turn this little button on. Push it in and it turns green, and then it's pretty much hands off. You don't have to figure out anything. This little dial is just a traditional dial. It's showing that I've got a little less than 70% charge in these batteries. I have 18.3 hours left of running just like it is right now. So that air conditioner is going to keep running based on the power consumption at this moment for 18 hours. Now, in all fairness, I have the transmission running now. I'm going to reach behind me and turn it off. I don't know if it'll react this quick, but this will probably drop down to about 10 or 11 hours. So this is where the magic happens. This is where your power management system happens. If this gets down low to say 20%, what are you going to do? Well, we have solar on top, and that's going to go a long way to help keeping your batteries charged up. But you can also start your ignition, and when you're at about 1800 RPMs or more, it's going to start charging. Notice our power flow is minus 806. If I start the ignition and we're at 1800 RPMs or more, we're going to be in the plus columns. We're going to be actually charging the batteries more than depleting them. All right, probably told you more than you want to know. The main thing, turn it on and start using all the fun stuff here. Up here's our control panel for all our components. If I go home, I've got water pump, you know, your light master switch, and so on. And then up here is our hydronic system. This is heating, actually right now you see a clock. If I wake it up, nice Tiffin branded right there, I can heat both our water heater and also heat for the coach happens right here. Really neat stuff. I like the technology that's gone into this. So let's go to the back of the coach a little bit. We have a little galley area here with matching solid surface inserts over our induction cooktop. So it's a true induction cooktop, and it's removable. Just reach in here, you can lift it out, unplug it, and take it out on the patio if you want. Now, in order to do that, you're going to have to access the plug. You simply pull this drawer out, you can reach under here, unplug it, and take this induction cooktop out on the patio. Pretty neat. So, put that back in like so. Pop these out over here, and we have our single basin sink. Pull this out to rinse things out. Very classy, very nice. I already showed off this little drawer here, but underneath it we have our GFI protected outlets as well. Now, across from that we have a wet bath, and that's going to be true with many, if most, maybe all of these adventure vans. You're going to have a wet bath. That means everything that happens in the bathroom is going to happen in one room. You got the toilet, you have the shower, everything. So, I'm 6 feet tall. I have room in here to take a shower, there is a little mirror here, a magnifying mirror that you can use, shave in the shower. It's a toilet. I have plenty of leg room, and then you have a toilet paper holder under here. Keeps the TP dry. Right here, pull this thing closed. Keep the water where it's supposed to be in here. Now, moving to the back of the unit, I have opposing benches here. I have storage below and storage above. Small little microwave rests right in here. I have European hinges on all of the cabinetry. These are nice. That's pretty deep storage, and I'm going to say about 24 inches wide. Didn't bring my tape measure. Pretty good guess. And then on either side, same drill. These little boxes have the table assembly, which I'm going to show you in just a second, but I'll pop those down. Now all the windows, I have these closed because it's so bright outside and it's a little easier to see in here if I have them closed. But they also help keep the heat out. They're insulated. Zip these open. You can roll them up and clip them here to keep it open. Now that I've rolled the blinds up, if you want to open this up and get a little ventilation, just grab here and slide this open. We have a screen assembly. You can actually pull this, it's a magnet, and open it up if for some reason you need to do that. You can keep it on there and then close your window like so. I'll drop these back down so we can continue with our video. Same drill on both sides on the windows so you can open up either side and get some cross ventilation. Now these are cool. This is the table assembly I was talking to you about. This arm fits into this assembly. We have one on the outside patio too. Now this is one of the larger tables. There's another one in the cabinet, and then right here is yet another one. So I have different size table, different size working surfaces, depending on what you're wanting to do. This just Velcros in here to keep it secured during travel. Now this thing will move around. You could use it to eat off, put a laptop, move it over there. These things, once you loosen this up, simply pop it open, pop this off of here, store it under the drawer, and now we can convert this into a bed. And I'd like to show you how to do that. Now we have storage underneath here. This happens to have our power cord. We just tossed it under here for display. These are Velcroed, so just to kind of help retain some items underneath here. We want to have some storage area under here. Same way on this side we have storage. This is just a shallow area to put some things between here. And then again, this is retaining the table. Now if I lift up on this bottom of this bench seat, there's some shallow storage here as well. On this side we have little drawers. Again, everything's compact in these things, but Tiffin's using every little available bit of space. So these are the magic that we need to convert this into a bed. If I lift up on this, see these little recess points? I just take one of these and pop it in there and here. Same way in the middle. And one in the back. Like so. Now, how do we fill this, you say? The backs of these are hard. So you simply drop this in like so. Take this side, drop it in like this. And I have a bed. So I just put the bed back in the original position, so we're back in the seating arrangement. I have this total blackout shade right here. If you want to open it up for some ventilation, there's 2 layers of zippers here. I can open this up and it reveals a screen behind here. Now if I want to open this up to the wild blue outside, it's all zippered, and I simply roll it up like so, and it clips up on the top. And then I can open up the back and have access to loading camping gear and that kind of thing. Now, of course, we're all LED lights everywhere. I have this AC running. Again, I can't stress this enough. We're on the Volta Power System, so everything is running off of the lithium-ion battery bank. And you can sleep all night with the AC running, and you can still pop that microwave on, make a pot of coffee, all with this energy management system. There's no generator management to worry about, no generator maintenance to worry about. Makes it kind of a carefree experience. I'd love to hear what you think about this unit. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this little tour of the Tiffin Cahaba 19SC. I'm not sure what the SC stands for. Super cool, maybe. Works for me. If you're wanting to get off-road, do a little more adventuring, this might be the ticket for you, especially if you're a Tiffin fan. I'd love to hear what you think about this model, maybe ways they can make it better, and just drop your comments below. In fact, speaking of clicking below, if you wouldn't mind clicking like and subscribe, we work real hard to bring these videos to you, and if you do that, you'll be the first to know when we post a new video. And as always, I always like to say here at Vaught RV, we think that shopping for an RV should be just as fun as using them. Thanks for joining me. My name's Mike. I'll see you the next time.
Thanks for watching our video. If you have any questions or any suggestions on content you'd like to see, leave a comment below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks again from Vaught RV.